Alright, I think it's been a few days since I recorded, y'all. I have been so busy. The cat shack / what was supposed to be the girl shack is 99% done. We're going to buy some cat litter for it. We got to buy a few more things. So that video is coming up very shortly if my internet works. You might have even seen that video before this one. I don't know. We'll see what the internet does. So we all know I was very upset because I was 180 again, but it was that time of the month. I did get seriously hurt. So the inflammation was going crazy. I was like, I haven't changed anything other than I lowered my calories. That is one thing I did change drastically, is I was so busy and I wasn't hungry, and the prices of stuff, all the items that I normally go buy, the steaks and stuff when they're on sale, they didn't have any. Like, they had it on sale, but they never received it, just like another round that just happened. So my calories were below 2,000, and I swear, and I watched Beef Butter Bacon Gal or something like that, steak butter gal or something like that. I gotta go look. I think it's steak butter gal. Anyway, so I watch her. She's a tiny little stick. She eats 2,000 to 3,000 calories in a sitting every single day, and so much of it is fat. Okay, she's eating beef gelatin stuff that she made. She's eating steak after steak and 6 tablespoons of butter. She's not the only one. Everyone I watch, all the women eat close to 3,000 or more calories a day to maintain or lose weight. And I tell you that I have noticed over and over again, when I stall or go up in weight, it is usually due to my calories decreasing drastically. So I have upped them again. Still only 1 meal a day because I'm crazy busy. And it has been, I went to Costco, and Costco had the best sirloins. Oh, they were so amazing. I need to go back and see if they still have it on sale, but it's an hour drive one way. $10.99 a pound. So for the last 4 days, all this weight has come off in the last 4 days. The last 4 days, I have been eating 2 New York strips and 2 New York strip burgers. The burgers alone, because I've also been putting Kobe Jack cheese on them. So the burgers alone, each one is over 500 calories. Because it's almost 500 calorie for the burger. It's right under. And then it's 100 calories for the cheese. And then I'm putting butter on it. So we're at 1,300 calories just for that. And then I'm eating my steaks. 2 big steaks, okay? Each one weighs about 11 ounces. I'm eating them cold. They're off the grill, so I'm having no reactions. When I tried the picanha, because I was trying the picanha during those 4 days too, that was not settling, but I cooked it in the air fryer. I think I'm having problems with air fryers again. Sometimes it's just the method I cook the food is whether or not I can eat it or not. The difference also is on the grill, I do not overcook. Air fryer, I fry it to a crisp because I don't like the taste. So I go for a crispy texture. So that has been the difference. Also, I am drinking those electrolytes. I know, let me see. I'm going to grab one. My kitchen's a mess. Not going to lie. So I'm doing the Salties, Ketogenic electrolytes, the salty one. The 4 droplets a day. I'm putting those in my coffee because I'm outside working. So I found that this does not affect my MCAS or my weight. And I'm drinking about 3 of these a day when I'm dying of thirst. The water is not settling with my MCAS. Also, I'm having MCAS reactions in the cold. I don't know if I put that video in to explain it. The last few days have been hot again. And my weight's falling again. I'm not having as many, and I can eat more calories. I'm also eating this bad boy. I just got it yesterday. And yes, I've eaten this much. There's supposedly 32 servings in this. They can kiss my butt. That's not true. I'm also eating half a stick of cream cheese a day. I'll show you. So this brand, I'm eating half of this a day. So I'm having 4 servings of this a day. So that's 400 and something calories all on its own. Plus all the calories from this. If you are a calorie person and you think you have to eat low calorie, when you remove all your carbs, and yes, this will have, this is where I'm getting my carbs. It will give me 8 carbs because it's two per serving. So I'm okay with that. Those kind of carbs don't seem to affect me. I'm also having my light cream in my coffees, which that's another 5 carbs. So, and my cheeses is where my carbs are coming from. But it's animal based basically. And my weight is back down to 175 even. 2 pounds up from my lowest of this month. But it just flew off in 2 days. It was 2 days that it just, once I raised my calories back up. And you can definitely, let me see if I can push off far enough back. Okay, you can definitely see my swelling is gone. I should have showed y'all my swelling. I still have a lot more weight to lose, of course. And these are low-rise jeans, so there's nothing like pushing in my stomach with the loose skin or anything. They're just low-rise, loose jeans on me. Very loose. But that's what's I got going on right now. We got to get out of here because I got to take something back to Best Buy. Then later I have to go to a different town and pick up the cat litter from a Tractor Supply store. I found that they sell 50 pounds and it's for the outside cats just until I can get them used to that bedding for horses as cat litter. I'm going to be throwing some in there and trying to get them used to that instead because that's so much cheaper. So I'm going to do that today, and then I also got to pick up my daughter and them after 9:30 tonight. Then I have to drop off the truck tomorrow to get its servicing, but then I also have to take my car to get an oil change, and then Friday Dino's got an appointment. He's got a lot of appointments with surgery coming up, and then I have to maybe go to the zombie walk Friday. I have not decided Friday night because there's so much going on. I might be too dead, but I need to do something fun. So we will see. But I'm really excited to finish getting the cat area together and then show y'all, and then we will slowly get little girl. Well, there's no slowly. Once she gets out there, she could end up with some fleas and she can't come back in the house. So we have to figure out how to do it. We've already moved out some cat trees. They will all be gone once she's out there because if you watch my channel, you know she has accidents. Well, not accidents. She marks her territories. So those will all be leaving my house, and I will be redoing things, and we will be figuring out what to put in here. Can't get a normal couch because when we built the porches, most of the couches with the wood in it, they're called bone couches, won't fit through the screen doors. I'm not it's a porch. There's nothing that can be done. But they have boneless couches that we were looking at. I wanted 2 recliners, but he's afraid it'll chop the cat's heads off. That was probably pretty graphic, but that's what he says. So we're probably not getting recliners. So, but anyways, I'm getting JJ fixed on the 10th because he won't stop fighting, and never thought he would spray because he was way over a year and a half old, but he decided to spray mommy's pillow and blankets, and I threw my pillow away and soaked my blankets last night. I'm very sensitive, so it caused me to have an MCAS. I am very sensitive to male cat spray. But he was already scheduled to be fixed, so he might have done it to piss me off. To be like, you're going to cut me off? I'm going to spray your stuff. He had never sprayed before. So that's coming up too. That's on the 10th of November. So much. And my porch is horrible because 7 cats were living on there as babies, and they've thrown up. There was water coming in from the rain and that cat litter on the. I have a major haul to do of my porch, like awful. But there were protective things on the floor, so it's not like my wood has gotten messed up whatsoever. But they did use the cat litter box. They just threw up a lot. But in places I didn't know, so I did not know to go clean it up. So now I have a big mess on my hands. But I'm really excited to get them moved because then I don't have to fight and worry that their fleas are going to come into my house. If you use flea stuff, Please tell me what you use, because my biggest fear about giving it to them outside, since other cats have had reactions, is they all come and maybe have seizures for the rest of their life, can do this and that to the rest of their life. And I'm like, what? And I've tried the organic sprays. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible. I thought we were going to lose Rocket. He had a horrible allergic reaction to it. So, is the one you feel is safer than others. And because they crawl in their cats, I don't believe in collars on cats. Let's just say I've experienced something bad with that when I was younger, and I will never put a collar on a cat. But I'm going to shut up because I think Dino's almost ready, and I got to get the cats all situated because they fight, so they all have to go to different rooms, and JJ is definitely not going back in my room. Alright, people's probably going to think I'm crazy at 10 o'clock at night almost in the Walmart parking lot filming. But I have to pick my daughter and her friend up because unfortunately the friend's car broke down a week ago at our house. So now they have no transportation. My parents dropped them off at the little hangout and Dungeons and Dragons stuff this afternoon around 3, and I am the one sitting in a Walmart parking lot at night waiting for them to be dropped off here by other friends to take them home. I've had a very long day. After I recorded the first part of this video, I was gone. And we went all the way to Fayetteville. We went to Best Buy for a return, Home Depot, Ross, Harbor Freight, 7-Eleven, some other places. Now I can't think what it was. Then we hauled butt past my house, 20 minutes past my house, to get over here to Sanford to pick up, this was at 4 something, to pick, because we were gone all day, to pick up cat litter, and some other things, and we went in that Ross and that Marshalls and Aldi's, then went home and I poured 150 pounds, first I unloaded it because Dino is hurt, into a wheelbarrow and took it to the new cat pen, the cat shack, and I loaded the 150 pounds of cat litter into the container because I can't be out there 5 times a day doing cat litter. It's just not possible. I had multiple cat boxes on my porch and I was still out there with those 7 cats like 5 times a day, and it was completely full. And I can't have that. And yes, there is dirt area, but I prefer them not to be pooping in that because I'll be having to shovel it out. So I took, if you have been watching my channel and knew I had that garden with all those baby little swimming pools in it, and then I ripped them all out of the ground. I took 2 of those because, you know, I drilled holes in them. I put 2 of those and made it where the holes don't go through. I stacked them on top of each other, and I filled that sucker with cat litter. That way I can do it once a day, hopefully. I went into Walmart. I got a new trash can, probably for inside the house, and I'll take the inside house trash can out there. And I have a long scoop already that I was already using on the porch. We moved the kittens in there tonight. So, I don't know. I can't decide if I should continue the whole, I'll probably still make the video, but I'm trying to decide if I should just give y'all a peek. But then I don't want to go disturb them tonight. So, it was rough for them at first. Some of the cats did not like it. Rocket was one of them. So, I gave him catnip. Even Dino never likes catnip. He won't let our cats have catnip. And he's like, do you have catnip? Give him catnip. Calm him down because he was going crazy. Matilda's scared. Some of the kittens were going crazy. I spread little packs of catnip throughout the whole place. I just sprinkled it everywhere to try to calm them down. And it's not even the strong one. It doesn't even smell like catnip, but he was all happy from it. Rocket was. One of the kittens were going crazy, and he hit the door so hard it swung open because we didn't lock it coming in because the door is heavy. It is made with 2x4, so it is super friggin' heavy. So we had no idea that a kitten could run into it and push it open. So Dino thought the kitten got out, and I kept saying, are you sure? Are you sure? And I'm in the yard looking everywhere, calling it, and I don't understand where it could have gone. It's never been anywhere. It's the one that was born and lived straight on my porch. It was in there with Dino. Dino was drilling and stuff, and I was upset, and he kept telling me to stop looking for it. I was just scaring it more, and it wasn't going to come back. And I look behind Dino on the cat tree, and there sat Trouble. And yes, it was Trouble that was missing. That is why his name is Trouble. Okay, y'all, because... And what made no sense to me is, why would he run out? Because when he ran off my porch, he always ran into the grill shack. Even before we had it all fixed, he darted to it every time. And he's little. He's tiny little gray kitten. So, but he was in there. We didn't lose any kittens. So yeah, I don't know if Rocket's staying in there yet or not. We will see. He was a little rough with one of the kittens, but I do plan on going to getting him fixed. I mean, it's going to cost a fortune to get JJ fixed because Dino loves him so much. He wants him to have that whole exam first, check his heart, do the whole exam. And of course, by the law here, you have to get all the shots if you're taking them to a real vet. And then when you take them to the Fix-It clinic, they just have to get rabies while they're there. But they have to have all the other shots for a real vet to fix them. And since JJ lives in my house, we're taking him there so we don't get fleas. Originally, because, little girls going out there and stuff, originally I was bringing Snow into the house. He's adorable. Love him, but he loves the cage. He loves the dirt. And I'm going to spend tons of time out there with him anyways. So he is perfectly fine. The only one I'm still a little worried about being out there right now is Cheeto. He was the last kitten we brought on the porch that belongs to Snow and Sissy. They're brothers and sisters. And yes, all the male cats are getting fixed out there, not the females, because the females is too difficult. But we don't want them to get knocked up, so we fixed the boys. But they're not old enough yet. So he is terrified, and he was crying and tucking himself into my neck, and he's a mommy's baby. Like, he got imprinted, and like, he's only been on my porch, maybe a month, and he's already like, oh no, I can't come off the porch. So we'll have to see how he does out there, and hope little girl doesn't die of a heart attack. I really do. And she's not used to the cold. She's the one who doesn't even go on the back porch. She doesn't go outside at all. But I can't. We were out of the house today and came home, and she had just peed everywhere. Everywhere, on all their toys, just everything. I was scrubbing and cleaning up, and not counters, thank God. Okay, she's never got on my counters because I would lose my effing, like, she would have been on the street the moment she ever did that. And we already got rid of the furniture, other than cat trees. But I can't take it no more. Can't take it. Can't take walking into her house and sneezing like crazy, and there's pee, and I have to scrub everything the moment I get home. And yes, it's only her, because we've locked all the other ones. I have people screaming. We've locked all the other cats in the other rooms. So she's out there by herself. So it's her. And then of course JJ is fighting a lot. But okay, so my mom had another one of the New York strips that I cooked on the grill the other day that they didn't eat. So she handed it to me, and this is like a almost a pound New York strip, and everyone thinks I'm crazy. Dina's like, you gotta warm that up. Don't you want to plate and fork and knife, and you need to sit down and blah. I'm like, I have too much to do. In the last 2 days, this is how I've eaten. I'm walking around with a cold New York strip, which is my favorite way because I prefer cold. I'm walking around totally eating this cold New York strip in my hand like it's a candy bar. Everyone else is craving all this sugar. Everyone else is talking about all this other stuff, and I'm like, I'll take my cold New York strip, please. It is amazing. For the first time in my life, they are right. Going ketovore, mostly carnivore, cutting out almost 99% of all vegetables. I have not cut out Skinny Girl syrups. I have, you see that I eat berries occasionally. You see I have a keto chow occasionally. You see I've eaten fruit occasionally, like plums and watermelon. Okay. Which is not technically carnivore. That's why I said ketovore, and technically it's not that. So people who do animal based, they eat all the animal based stuff, and some of them throw in some fruit. But I haven't had the fruit in a long time. I haven't had carrots in a long time. I did try that potato that day, and ever since I've done that potato until last night, my blood sugars were no longer dropping, but last night they dropped twice into the 50s. So that is an issue. Also, I have to pee like crazy today, so I'm sure my weight's going to go down again tomorrow morning. I want to get as close. Okay, I know my goal on November 3rd was 168, which I'm watching out to see if they come, which there's no way I'm getting there. I just know it. So I'm going to be happy with anything that gets me the closest to that as possible. So it's just been crazy. I haven't been able to go to a gym. I haven't been able to focus on moving more. It's just, yeah. I'm actually kind of sitting here hungry, so I plan on having some pork rinds and cream cheese when I get home. I think I'm going to map her and find out where she is, because it is 30 minutes past the time they were supposed to be here. Nope, they're still not here. This is the only irritating thing. I'm usually in bed by now. And it's still a 30-minute drive from here to home once they ever get here. Babies, mommy's gotta leave. And with 3 of y'all up there, I'm afraid you're gonna push that security screen out. Willow? Turkey? Praline? Babies? Babies, y'all are not cooperating. Come on, babies. Mommy needs to shut the door so I can go. Can't leave it open. There's a little girl still in the house. Babies. It has been a crazy busy day. We dropped off my mom's truck to get service in town today. Then went and picked it back up. Ended up going into Aldi's, and I had to go to Food Lion. I had to come back and forth and blah, blah, blah. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and Mom has one of the New York strips left, and I'm going to go get it and eat it. Also, I bought these jeans right here for like $12 at Ross that I was going to use for the zombie walk and trash them, but I like them so much I'm not going to do that. And it's supposed to be super cold tomorrow, and because of my MCAS and I would be by myself, I'm probably not going to go. It's not worth having an episode because I get too cold. It really does suck that most likely I will not be going to the zombie walk tomorrow. I'm not sure what the temperature is right now, but I have to go inside. I am freezing. I'm in pain. Even if I was to put a thicker jacket on, my legs are freezing. It really sucks. I've had MCAS my whole life, but only since the Delta version of the C word has it been controlling my life. Has it been flare up after flare up after flare up. How I can no longer be in the cold. Now, I already had a curia. I can't ever say it correctly. I already had that, which turns out is the biggest mast cells that reacts to cold. Okay, so I should have known about having mast cell my whole life. Of course, they didn't have a name for it back then. But there's a lot of things. Except now, it's all worse. So much worse. Because I shouldn't be cold like this. I didn't used to get cold like this. And then I have reactions when I get cold. And check on babies. Definitely going to go check on them because Haley and them's been in there for a long time. They just left. So let me check on babies. Baki, you're going to have this broken in like a few minutes. I know it. Whoops, sorry. Sorry, mommy breaking stuff. There we go. Now we got some light. I was totally just going to show y'all what I was eating. But I'm just gonna do it in front of y'all. So I have a half a block of cream cheese. The brand, the only taste I like and the only one that does not bother me whatsoever, in here. So that would be 4 servings, so that's 440 calories if you're looking at calories. I have 2 New York strip burgers I air fried, so that is 1,000 calories. So my meal that I'm about to make so far is about 1,500 calories. And then I have 120 calories weighed out of pork rinds. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all. If you count calories are freaking out, but I have to keep my calories high or I gain weight. So I've never blended it together. I always eat it like, I make the little cream cheese dip. I still gotta put the seasonings in by itself. And then I put the beef on top of it, but I was like, let's just make it as a complete dip where I'm not having to put each piece on top of each other. It's cold in my house this morning. I haven't turned the heater on yet, so the cream cheese did not soften, and I really didn't want to put it in the microwave. But the beef, oh sorry, I'm doing this off cam, should melt it with no problem, at least enough to stir in. So this is what I've eaten the last 2 days. Other than the beef, this is what I've eaten a lot. Other than I've been using New York strip not burgers, that's what this is, New York strip steak, and pork rinds. Like, I haven't been eating it, I've been eating it as a meal, but I haven't been doing this process. Like, I just eat the steak while I'm walking around doing things, and then I go back and eat some cream cheese and pork rinds. It's an easy way to get some calories in. And no mast cell reactions. And there is a reason, I think, that in a little bit I'm going to discuss what has changed in the last few days. Because it's still freezing. It is freezing. Okay, oregano. I went in with a lot of oregano because I can handle it with no problem. Alright, it's already got salt because I put salt on the burger when it was cooking. Parsley. These are seasonings. I have tried it over and over again with no symptoms. Okay, let's see. Is this enough? It might look gross, but it actually tastes yummy. Hold on. I throw a little more oregano, and it does need more salt. So basically, this is my pork rind dip. I'm just gonna dip my pork rinds in it. Sometimes I have to use a spoon because they're very soft pork rinds. They're the Sam's Warehouse one that's just fried. Members Mark, it's just fried in pork fat. So, might look awful, but it tastes delicious. I won't be doing this again probably because I think it tastes better doing the more technical way. I like my cream cheese. I had to put more seasoning in. I like my cream cheese cold, and this warmed my cream cheese up. time to eat. What time is it? It is 12 o'clock. I woke up starving today. I woke up with a horrible headache because my blood sugar did drop multiple times last night in the 50s. One time I decided I'm not making fried eggs. Look at those beauties. They all came out perfect. I didn't struggle. Now the eggs are older, but they didn't float, so they're still in, good. But the one time I'm like, I'm not doing fried eggs today. They all came out perfect. But I didn't make anything to eat fried eggs with. Like I usually have some steak or a pork belly or something to pour it on top of. Yeah, it sucks. It doesn't matter what I do. I am going to be floating in the 70s, 170s. I've been there stuck for months and months and months. And I did nothing different yesterday whatsoever. And I even got more sleep than I've been doing. Now, I will tell you what I think is causing it. But, my weight went back up 3 pounds. Same exact ratios of food I've eaten every day this week. So, it's water weight, obviously. Now, I didn't do electrolyte yesterday, and I didn't do my blue drinks that I normally been doing, which are electrolyte drinks, the Powerade. Now, you're probably wondering what I'm doing if I'm not doing fried eggs. I'm doing scrambled my way, the only way I really like scrambled eggs. So, yeah. So what I think it is, my brain just went blank. Oh, okay, this is what I think it is, and this is probably why my brain is going blank really badly. I noticed the nights that my sugars drop into the 50s, which from 4:45 until 6 a.m. it was like 53, and I had turned off the alarm, so I didn't even know. And then around 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, it was in the 54s. It was 54 and lower. I am noticing that I'm struggling more with my water weight and stuff when I have very low blood sugars for hours at night. So I don't know how to control them. I'm not going to wake up and start eating carbs. So I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Because the answer from the doctor is you get up and you eat sugar. You get up and you drink a big glass of milk. Well, I can't drink milk. So I've tried the whole, because I didn't have it in the video because my video was too long. I did the experiment to eat a serving of potatoes before bed to see if that would help. With that one serving, and I think it's all because my body wasn't used to any kind of carbs, shot my blood sugar 110 points up. And it was less than 34 total carbs in that meal. And that's all I had for the day. So my blood sugar got shot way up doing that. And then it still dropped. It dropped so many times that night. It was actually way, way, way worse doing that. And then I had problems with my blood sugar staying at 120 and not coming down for days. So there's that issue I have. Look at this. Look how pretty. This is how I like my scrambled eggs. I like the yellow not as cooked as much as the white. I like to see the difference. I can't stand the whole mixing thing. So, but it is 11:50, 5 full eggs, 2 tablespoons of butter. I never eat this early, but I'm actually hungry probably because my blood sugar dropped so many times. Forget to record my dinner. I have less than, it's probably like 2 ounces of the cream cheese. I ate too much yesterday. I have 2 New York strip patties fried up and 2 tablespoons of butter. And my pork rinds and my Powerade Zero. It is almost 7. I am starving.